Hello, 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 and welcome to You're on the Mic with Social Studio Gurus Helena and Michelle. We are so excited that you joined us today. Our goal here is to help businesses grow by offering marketing tips and strategies via our interactive Facebook group. And I'm Helena Richardson with H Rich Networks. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Helena, how are you? Hey, everybody. I'm Michelle with Triangle Social Media. Good to
Awesome.
have you. Yeah.
So we
So
have a special guest today, right, Michelle? And I'm gonna
we do.
give you
hmm
step back and
Okay. Well, we have a very entertaining person, very gifted videographer extraordinaire, and I don't know. I'm going to let him tell us about himself.
let's
But Kevin Colby Media is here today, and he's going to share just some basic information that might be helpful to business owners using video for their business on maybe their website, social media, etc. So take it away, Kevin.
Michelle.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, we kind of froze up for a minute.
Oh, did
So
you hear me introduce Kevin just now?
no, I did not. Can you do it
Wow.
again?
Oh, we're having some glitches, I guess. So I'll
Yes.
just repeat that I was introducing my friend Kevin Colby with Kevin Colby Media, and he is a videographer extraordinaire. And I'm going to let him tell us more about himself. But I'm really glad that he could visit with us and give us some tips for using video in business. Take it away, Kevin.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing
Hi,
great.
Kevin.
I was getting a little emotional there with the build up. I didn't know what to do.
Are you the
For
real
those of you
Kevin?
that don't know me, this is my real hair. People ask me that a lot. I take it off at night. I don't even know where that was going. No, my name is Kevin Kolbe, and my business is Kevin Kolbe Media. I'm a video coach and a content
Yay,
creator, and I love to help businesses get into and grow with online video so they can share their gifts and make an impact in the world, because video is like the absolute best way to talk about anything. Share a passion, grow a business,
Agree.
start a movement, share cat videos. Just throw that in there. But my background, I was in radio before I got into television, and a few years ago, when I left TV, I was the creative director at a Fox station in Raleigh. And since then, do my own business and my own thing, and love working with folks with video. Do a live streaming show as well. So thanks for having me on.
Awesome.
Absolutely. I am glad, just because, I know you from previous meetups, and I've heard you speak and share, and I love your presentation and
Thank
your
you.
story and things you do. So really, this is just like an open invitation for you to share, what do you think are the most important things that would be helpful for business owners using video, whether it's with their website, social media, all of it?
Right.
What are some key things that you feel like would be the best things to share?
Well, one of the things is a lot of folks, I still feel like, don't get into video because they think it's going to be too expensive, or they don't think anybody's going to watch it, or they don't know where to start, or I don't have the right gear, and one of the things I tell folks all the time is that, if we start with the gear, gear won't make you creative at all, but it'll help you create. I don't know how many times people say, well, once I get a good camera, I'll start producing video. Well, I'm an iPhone user. Your iPhone is a camera. In fact, it's a really good camera. So you have a camera which has a mic, which is probably connected somewhere to the internet. So you have a lot of what you need. And then the other thing I always like to really share with businesses is that, and business owners, is that if you're not on YouTube, you are missing a huge opportunity to be on one of the world's biggest platforms for free to tell everybody about what you do. Now, having said that, I wouldn't get on it to just promote yourself, because nobody is going to watch your videos or subscribe or even be on Facebook just to listen to you talk about yourself all the time. But if you can help people, if you can give them ideas and give value, then they may go, I want to know a little bit more about what this person can do, or maybe how they can help me, or something like that.
Good point.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. And that this is a great time for folks to start using videos, since we are kind of on standby or stuck in our homes. Businesses, I think it kind of levels the playing field now that we can't get out too.
Yeah. And that's a good point. And here's the thing. I mean, online video was big, and then it exploded when all the pandemic and things hit. And you've got platforms like Zoom's being used in ways that it was never really, I don't think, designed to be used. And I don't know that, whether this is the new normal or the ongoing normal or whatever the normal is. I think that more and more people need to be looking at video as, this isn't just a fad we went through to do virtual meetings and conferences and things like that. This is probably a new, and in some ways a better way, even though, you can't ever beat in person, but it could be a better way to reach more people faster. I know many conferences that got canceled that they're really thinking through now, do they just stay virtual going forward, because you can actually have more speakers and maybe not charge as much to attend, but potentially make more money because you can bring more people in. So where before you had to get, the speakers had to travel there, the attendees had to travel there. Well, now it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you've got some kind of internet connection, you can be a part of that. I've been blessed to be part of more shows, podcasts, video shows, or whatever, simply because now I've connected with more people online, and they don't have to worry about flying me anywhere. They can just dial me up, or I just pop in. And so I think if people are only looking at video now as this kind of like a fad thing, it is big and it's huge, and there's never been a better time than now to get started and get going in video.
Absolutely agree.
Yes.
I have a question for you. I come across a lot of people, whether they be clients or just, network meetings, virtual ones, talking about video. And a lot of people seem to be shy or fearful. Either they're all in, or they're like, well, no, I don't really want to be in front of the camera. And I think of some ideas for them, but I'm curious, what advice would you give to a business owner to help them get going in spite of the fear and the shyness? What can they do to help get them in there?
Well, this might motivate some people, is that your competition probably isn't worried about it, that they're probably out there while you're thinking about it. I think the thing, look, I create content all the time, and I think as a content creator, you're far more harsh on yourself. You see every little thing, and I stumbled around. I shouldn't have. Well, maybe I'll wait till I get it perfect to publish it. And in reality, people have become more and more forgiving. I think of now. That's not to say don't produce the best you can, but the best way to get over it is just start doing it. I mean, one of the things that I do when I coach people is that if you've never done a video, pull your phone out and just do a video about why you've never done a video, what you're afraid of.
That's a good one.
Because what happens is you can practice all day long and put your phone back in your pocket. Okay, nobody's going to see it. So until you put it out there and start getting the feedback, and there may be some bad, hopefully you'll get more good. But it's video is easy to get into. And, it's funny you say that, Michelle, because for years I worked in in television.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go places with our cameras, right? And people would be going, hey, put me on camera, put me on camera. And we would turn the camera around. They'd be like,
That is so funny.
my gut is most people that say they're afraid of being on camera have no problem with posting selfies and videos of them just hanging out or eating. So take that and turn it around and talk about your business or something cool you're working on or a project or just, hey, this thing I've just discovered, and, start small. I definitely would not be buying a lot of gear if you've never produced video at all. It is easy to fall into that gear trap. I got to have more. I got to have more. Start with what you have, put it out there, and just kind of see what happens.
And I'll tell you something that happened with me, Kevin. So I was one of those people that never wanted to get in front of a camera. One, because being in IT, we're always in the back. We're doing all the development and everything. So we're never really seen up front. And so when I had to start my own business and had to get in front of folks, I realized that I have to get in front of the camera. So one thing that I did, I started a group called the Network Walk. And with the Network Walk, it helps folks to come out and do a video. And it got me to the point where I wasn't as nervous. And one thing that I do, I love laughter. I love to have fun. So I make it fun. I try to make a little joke or laugh at myself in order to get those nerves out, because I do I still get very, very nervous. And I'm very shy when it comes to wanting to get in front of people. But as you mentioned earlier, having us to get out and do stuff, people do business with those folks that they know, like, and trust. So they look at you and they see your little mistakes and they're like, oh my goodness, I did that too, and it just get us to the point where we're ready to get out there and start doing videos. So folks are looking for people to be authentic.
Absolutely.
And be real.
Absolutely. Look, I do a live show called Behind the Live that I do with Ecamm Live, and I think it was last week or whatever. And one of the things is the marketing director for Ecamm was going to be on, and we were going to talk about a special feature. And we had rehearsed it, to make sure everything was fine. And right as I go to what's called a 2-shot, like this is a 3, myself and Katie, I didn't realize that she had stepped away.
Oh.
So I'm like, all right, let's bring Katie in. And it was Katie's chair.
Oh, hi,
and I just started dying laughing. I go back to me and she's sitting down and she's getting her cord. And it turned out to be a really funny moment.
Yeah, I bet.
Then, because I know her and people love that. It's authentic, right? I mean, even though we had planned it, life happens. So what I did is I took that clip and I shared that on Instagram and Facebook. And I said, hey, look, if you're scared of going live,
that is awesome.
And then she's sharing it and people are commenting. And if anything, somebody may go, well, if that can happen to him, then I'm not worried about it anymore. But you just roll with it. And people were even commenting like, oops, oh. It happens. It does. But the greater thing, though, is that all the positive things that can happen. I mean, there was a study that I just saw, I forgot who did it, that said that people retain 90% of what they see in a video versus 10% what they read.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's not a knock on blogs and podcasts, but that shows you the power of video.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Great inspiration, really. And it's funny because, we're talking about being authentic, and even on this very live program we came on, we had a little glitches in the beginning.
Exactly.
And it's okay because,
everybody lived.
It's right. We will
Nobody was injured in the making of this live stream, right?
That's exactly right.
There we go.
We even got to learn about the blue glasses.
Yes, we were talking about that before the show, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. These are my Dollar Tree glasses, and they are not a sponsor of this show.
They're
And
not.
I was joking that these are dollar readers, and if I can't find them, you would think somebody had stolen my truck. Where I gotta where is oh I've got a little scratch.
Oh my
I know,
goodness.
dude, it's a buck. But yeah, they're me. And then I also have these.
A little bit more refined look. I can't tell. Is that a color?
They were gray. I was afraid you were going to say a little bit more
I
old.
like the blue ones. They're very
yeah,
poppy,
I do too. It brings out this this
It
thing
reflects
that God is
goodness
doing
in
with
your
my
head.
hair parting.
No, I
But you
really
know,
love.
it's funny now. I'm sorry.
No. Just this is what it is. Just conversation, right? We're just
Mhm.
having a conversation. We're being real, and I think that for a lot of people, if they could, like you said before, you don't just want to go be salesy, right? You want to offer value and you want to
Yeah,
be authentic. I mean, hopefully you work the kinks out and the glitches, right? But that happens with doing it, like you said.
yeah,
And so I think that's just a good advice for people to just do it, right? And
yeah.
the more you do, the better you'll get, the more confident you'll feel, and the more
Absolutely.
effective you will.
Yeah.
Your message will get out there. So
It's like anything. I mean, the first time I drove a stick shift, I was horrible. Probably the first time I rode a bike, the first time I did a lot of things, there's always a first time. And when you've never done something, I think it's easy to look at the people that have been doing it a long time and thinking, well, I can't do that, but they've been doing it a long time.
right, exactly.
And we end up looking at where somebody is right now rather than how
Yeah,
they started. Everybody starts somewhere with something.
Mhm.
And they still
That's
get
right.
butterflies, even those who've been doing it for years.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
had a
okay.
college professor. It was a speaking class. And I mean, he had spoken all over the world. And to him, it was no big deal. But he still said before he would step out on the stage, he would get just a little butterfly in his stomach. But he felt it gave him an edge rather
Yeah.
than just become too confident about it. It was
I
just like,
think
okay, yeah.
so.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And keep you humble, right? Be real.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, Kevin, I'm so glad that you were able to come and share with us today. We'll have to have you back another time for sure.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there anything that you'd like to share before we wrap it up?
If you want to connect with me or just find out some of the ways we can work together, kevinkolbe.com would be probably the best way to do it. Or my YouTube channel, if you want to check out there, constantly creating content there just to help people get into and grow with video. Again, you're never going to know how it's going to work until you get into it. So I like to just tell somebody, my thing is create something today that's going to make an impact tomorrow.
Love that. Love that. And also, please, Kevin, when you see the video, which will be on Social Studio, the Facebook group, and some other places that Helena blasts it through StreamYard. But if you want to go to the group and share your links to your Facebook, your YouTube,
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
whatever your website, so that if people want to reach out to you, maybe they want to schedule some coaching, which I think is awesome. I don't know that I haven't seen that available. So I'm really glad to hear that. I'm going to check it out, and I'll be happy to share that on my platforms.
Sweet.
Everybody connect with Kevin, get some coaching if you need it. And we look forward to seeing you all next week.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.